Hi, my name is Courtney Davis, and this is my final project for my educational technology class. So the first thing I want to do is just reflect on how much I've learned throughout the semester. Starting this semester, I didn't really have much experience with using an iPad, but I've become really comfortable without it throughout the semester and learned about all the different ways that it can be used. I've also learned how to create a website using Weebly, which is something that I didn't know how to do starting out. And I've become really familiar with a lot of different resources that teachers can use in their future classrooms as well. One thing that has surprised me this semester is how many different resources there are for teachers. There are a lot of blogs by other educators. There are Twitter accounts dedicated to education. There's lots of ideas for teachers on Pinterest, and a lot of apps that are designed specifically for use in the classroom. And I didn't really know about all of these different things starting out, so I've become really familiar with all of these and how I could use them in my class. I think what has changed this semester in regards to my thinking about technology in the classroom is I've just seen how many different ways it can be used and how it can be used for any age level. I'm wanting to teach lower elementary students, so I wasn't sure how many ways I would be able to incorporate that with them, but I've learned about a lot of different tools that I could use and seen how easy some of them are. And I think it would be really easy to implement technology in my future classroom. So next I just want to talk about two of my favorite tools that I've used throughout the semester. One of them is Adobe Spark Page, which is an app that you can use to present information. I had an opportunity to make a lesson about the food chain this semester, and why I liked this so much was that it was really easy to use. It's unique as compared to PowerPoint, which we see done a lot. And it's really easy to personalize it and make it your own. And I think you could use this in your own classroom in a lot of ways, whether you want to retell a story or present information or anything like that. There's so many ways that you could use this, and I think the students would love it. So as I mentioned, I did a food chain assignment with Adobe Spark Page, so I just wanted to show an example of how this could be used. So as you can see, as you scroll down, the background changes, there's different titles and text, and it's really easy to just break it up by level. There's tons of different ways that you could design this depending on what you're using it for. And Adobe Spark Page, they have a lot of different backgrounds to choose from, a lot of different pictures that are already there for you to use for free. And like I said, there's just a lot of options, so I think this is really user-friendly, like I mentioned, and the students wouldn't have a hard time at all if they wanted to present information using this app. Another tool that I really liked this semester is called Edpuzzle, which is another app, but it is a tool for video assessment. So you just pick any video and you can input different questions into it. And I think this would be really useful in the classroom setting because you could use it for like centers or individual student work. And as the students go through, they answer questions to make sure that they're engaged, and it also helps them to pick out what the most important parts are. So those are some of the tools that I've enjoyed most this semester. I also wanted to show you an example of the Edpuzzle app like I mentioned. So this is also the assignment that I did for the video assessment. So when the students are ready, they would just hit play on here, and then there is audio with it, and then they will go through the video. For my particular lesson, it was a lesson on prefixes. So the students would listen to the explanation in the video, and then when it gets to certain points, like you can see on the screen, it will ask them a question related to what they're talking about in the video. So this is a really good way to make sure that students are paying attention and they're getting the information that you want them to get from the video. Overall, I think this semester has taught me a lot about technology and all the different ways that I can implement it in my classroom, and I will definitely remember all of these tools when I have my own classroom someday.